Zdravím všechny u dnešního videa. Dneska se podíváme na jednu hru, která vyšla asi před 2 nebo 3 týdny. Hodnocení má víceméně nadprůměrné kolem 80% a cenově se pohybuje těsně pod 600. No a my se můžeme podívat, jestli za tu cenu stojí. Tak.
Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Avionics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city, not when the shadow of the uppers keeps the rest of us fumbling in the dark. They get the sunlight and the cotton clouds, while the lowers is lost in the dark at midday. But with a job like today's, I can catch my breath. No guns, no complications, not like last time. I'd sooner throw myself into the well and let the gravity storms pull me apart than go through that again. And if this goes well, I'll never have to. I can still hear my Zio's last breaths echoing in the gunshots that rip the ground from beneath my feet.
Now leaving the station. Please
I could leave this smuggler business behind. I wouldn't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun. I'd find a place up here where the air is clean, where the sun wakes you up in the morning, and the stars say goodnight. It'd be just me and the open sky, finally free.
Konečně volná to mělo být dnes zdarma, že jo? Každopádně čeština je pomocí autotranslátoru, takže tam bude určitě nějaké ty srovnalosti 100%. Tak,
I slip into
to
one of the
budeme dělat
ritziest
tedy.
hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne. My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and turn to the stern-faced bartender.
Podíváme se na barmana Praetera. Přijmi nabídku práce od pana Blanka. Dejte Blankovi, že jsem dorazil a promluvte si s Blankem velmi opatrně. A Blank je kdo? Tady říkala, že si ho nebude všímat, tak nevím. Skleněná láhev.
As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green.
Vezmeme to, ne? Tak ukáže se to může hodit.
The bartender gives me a look as I grab the long-necked top-shelf swill and take a
No
drink.
počkej, ona říkala, ne napít. Psala, že ji chce vzít, ne, že se ožrat hned na začátek. Jeden likér přidáno k klíčové položce. Tak já nevím, co mám dělat. Tak asi teda promluvit s tím barmanem. Pane Morgane, dobrý den.
The bartender's eyes follow my hands, making sure I don't get too familiar with the patron's belongings. I approach the counter. Morgan? I give a curt nod without response. Any other gift of familiarity would be wasted. Wilson out? A deep sullenness passes over the man.
Některé možnosti dialogu obsahují talent. Jo, zkoušku talentu asi tedy. Dobrá. A bude se házet kostkami tedy. Hodíte 2 kostkami a buď to vyjde, nebo to nevyjde, že jo? Víc
What can
možností
I do
není.
for you, Miss Randazzo?
Takže je to snadný, musím hodit alespoň 4, jo? Tak to by se mohlo povést, ne? 7, no vidíš to. Získal jsem za to 5 XPček nějakých, nevím k čemu, ale je to dobrý.
Morgan's eyes are gray, his knuckles raw, and the scent of 2-day-old body odor breaks through his strong cologne. Wilson never misses a shift.
Never's a big word, Miss Randazzo, especially in this line of work.
It's been a while. How's business, Morgan?
Business carries on as usual, Miss Randazzo. Mr. Blanc's morning is full, and in the evening, we host Holiday.
I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the
Konečně
floor.
se dostaneme k panu
I got a
Blancovi.
meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. I'm missing an
Úsměv
Apollo
vždycky
diamond
všecko
picture to be
vyřeší,
here,
že jo?
Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the
To
mahogany.
nevěstí nic dobrýho.
Instead, I hear
They'll be with you shortly, Miss Randazzo. I assume you can show yourself out after.
a familiar scent fills the air and blazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention.
Tak. A? Pan Blanc se nám tam asi objevil. Komunikuj, dobrá.
The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man.
Drink.
Tak co? Napijeme se, nebo oceňujte? Ale 4 snadný, tak
Excuse me,
zkusíme to.
Mr. Blanc, but I'm here for business, not
8,
pleasure.
tak to je dobrý. Nebudeme chlastat, že jo? Jsme tady kvůli práci.
The ember leans closer. I sweat under its pointed.
Very well. A shame.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
Tak zeptáme se, co je to zač, ta paní.
She seem like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young. Naive.
Mladá, naivní, neškodná.
Harmless.
No vidíš to.
No threat to you.
Řekne mi víc za 5. Zkusíme to.
You're the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
9. Zatím nám štěstí přeje v kostkách.
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her
Dívka
an
se před
alternative.
něčím skovává,
She's desperate, and
je
she had
zoufalá
money.
a má peníze.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information.
Tak, zeptáme se na
Where's
Wilsona.
Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught
Já teda
breath.
vůbec nevím, co zatím dělám, ale něco dělám.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Shame. He owes me money. No, the booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the embers quiet their dull.
You do best to forget Mr. Wilson, him and those he associated with, or you too will find yourself.
I'd struck a nerve, one that ran deep. Too deep for me to feel comfortable going any further. Mr. Blanc is a monster in his own... Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the heights?
I trust you will adapt.
Takže přijmeme práci.
I'll
teda,
get it
no.
done in a few hours. And maybe next time we talk, the work will require more than my babysitting.
Your reputation is mud, Randazzo. This is charity.
Udělej práci,
Do the
dostanu
job, half
zaplaceno.
your
No,
usual.
dobrá. Počkej, přijměte dohodu, požadujte vyšší plat. Slušně požádejte o vyšší plat. Ale jdeme riskovat. 6 už není úplně nejméně. Ale obtížnost 72% snadný. Zkusíme si hodit, zatím nám štěstí přálo a přeje nám znova. No výborně.
Half? No.
Plnej plat, samozřejmě, plnej plat.
You shouldn't even be
Trojnásobný
giving me a
plat,
job.
trojnásobný
You might call
plat.
it charity, I call bull. Maybe I don't need to know all the details, but I am going to get paid what I
To
deserve.
víš, jo. Nenech se
Careful.
oškubat, tyjo.
I'm walking a knife's edge with bare feet, and he knows it. But he also knows I have a point. He could have given this job to anyone, but he didn't. He gave it to me. I'll find something else. I've worked my way from the bottom before. I don't need this. I stand to leave, burying the bluff as far in my gut as I can, keeping it from bouncing out with gritted teeth and a hand near my holster.
Randazzo, stay put. Take the job or not. You do
No
not
však
leave
beru,
without my
když mi
say.
zaplatíš ten
around.
trojnásobek.
Sweat pools at the
Tak
base
beru.
of my neck for several moments as I stare intently into the dark.
Your usual pay. And Randazzo, do not do that again. She's down below after stepping out
$30
for
jsem
air.
dostala, no paráda.
You'll find her there, being
Nevím, jestli je to
obvious.
hodně nebo málo, ale
Good luck,
uvidíme.
Randazzo.
Díky. Tak, co tu tady máme? Záznam misí. Záznam misí zobrazuje vše dostupné mise, včetně podrobností a tak dále a tak dále. Konverzace, místa a další body zájmu. Končit konverzaci, takže tady to máme hotovo. Zabezpečte samozřejmého klienta. Navažte kontakt s dívkou, takže to asi bude už tady zpět. Podíváme se, co nám to tady všecko bliká nahoře. Mise. Navázat kontakt s dívkou, OK. Počkej, co to? Můžeme si to rychle uložit, to je jedno. Já jsem se chtěl podívat tady na to, co tady. Inventář. Členové posádky sdílejí skupinový inventář. Tak nás bude víc. No tak to je dobře. Položky mají užitečné informace. Vozidlo má taky nějaký inventář. Můžu to přemístit z jednoho vozidla do druhého? No ty vole. Nemám ještě ani nemám ani vozidlo, ani na posádku, ale můžu přemístěvat, to je dobře. Tak. Mám tady likér, klíčová položka prý a $90. No tak aspoň něco. Tak a máme tady poslední kodex. Tady to jsou nějaký nápovědy asi. To až nebudu něco vědět, tak tam namrkneme. Takže to by bylo. Já nevím, prozkoumat patro mám, nebo co tady ještě? Zadní vrátka.
My eyes dart to the back door. If things go
Moje
sideways,
oči směřují
and a
zadním
quick sprint from
dveřím.
the exit. The regulars flock here to
Tam
take in
gasti
the
se sem
view of
hrnou,
our
aby se
bottle of
dočkali.
something expensive and bubbly.
Dobrá, hele,
Every
tak
now
asi
and
jdeme
then,
k tomu
a
taxíku,
soul
ne?
gets
Nebo já
grounded.
nevím.
And this is the best.
Tak,
A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too
Je
colorful
ta
for
paní,
the
co mám
drab
zachránit teda,
concrete
nebo co?
jungle. Obvious was right. That's the one.
Takže to bude asi ona teda. Dívej, kolik chlapů, ty vole. Nelly. Ahoj, Nelly.
One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get.
Takže co? Přesvědčte taxikáře, aby odešli 7+. Vyděsit taxikáře 5+. Ne, zkusíme je nejdřív vyděsit samozřejmě. 5 hodím, ne?
Hey, beat it. This
No to
fare's
víš.
mine. The cabbie gawps at me, stunned I dare intrude on his meal ticket. He sneers and turns back to the girl possessively.
You pay her no mind, doll. Listen, do you like music?
Proč tady je dvojitý pokračovat? Na co mám kliknout? Na který? Na vrchní, na spodní? Na spodní to nejde, tak.
I step forward and dig the snout of my pistol into the unwashed folds of his exposed neck.
No vlastně neser
At
se
the
s ním,
cold touch
ty
of iron, he lets out a little rat squeak.
Vůbec se s ním
Now
nemazli.
that's music.
Nějaký tlusťok taxikářský, tyjo.
Oh boy.
Ahoj, Nelly.
You're with me, Principessa. The girl locks eyes with me and instantly puts the pieces together. She's a
Thanks ever so much, but my friend's here? Have a nice day.
She trots over to me. The buzzards grumble and fly off, on the prowl for their next piece of roadside meat, leaving one stubborn.
You better watch your back, girlie. We'll see you later.
That sure was scary. I didn't realize. Thank you, Miss Smuggler?
I give her a once-over, like a filament warming up inside a bulb. Her shaken nerves are slowly replaced with a beaming smile. My silence doesn't seem to deter her optimism.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree's in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway.
She fidgets with her big, overstuffed briefcase.
Ukecaná je hodně teda.
Something about it bothers me. This isn't your average rich socialite clutching her purse in a rough part of town. She's
Kdo ví, co
clinging
tam
to
má?
it like a...
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you make quite a striking impression.
The girl's eyes sparkle with curiosity. She's a bright little thing. Smart, switched on. And she's doing an admirable job of hiding. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Are you really a smuggler?
Něco vymyslet, 8+, řekni pravdu. Hele, tak řeknem pravdu.
Depends who's asking.
Well, I am silly. How does one become a smuggler anyways?
Usually not by choice.
Wowzers.
Uh-huh. My car's this way. Come on.
Tak
Get
jedeme.
an itchy feeling, like we're being watched. This whole thing has me off kilter, like walking into a room
Asi se
without
něco
turning
děje,
on the
uvidíme,
lights.
co se stane dál. Takže, co teď? Cesta k trajektovému terminálu, kup si vstupenky a vezměte pana Reinharda do dolů. Tak teď nevím, co mám dělat. Počkej, tak taxi? A nebo zpět na... Počkej, tak co mám dělat? Co to je taxi?
Zio always liked cabbies, said they were useful. This is where he and I disagreed.
Tady je potom zátoka taxi. Ale bliká mi to tady to kvěčko zpět, takže... Aha, to je
We
nějaká
step into my
mapa.
ride. I twist the ignition, and we set off. I catch the girl scanning the interior, her eyes taking everything in. So, where am I dropping you off? The lowers is pretty big.
Oh, anywhere, really? Sure, I'll
Kdekoliv, tak to je
find my way
jedno.
where I need to.
There's only sincerity in that voice. Mr. Blanc wasn't kidding. This really is a babysitting job.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Yeah, don't press that.
Ah, so it must be some type of modification. I bet it's a supercharger. They always have those in the comics.
Ježíš, to je ukecaná. Hele,
I know,
blondýna.
it's an
No, tak
ejector seat. Wait, it's not for the passenger side, is it?
vystřelovací sedadlo.
She's not even really talking to me. Her motor mouth is just spinning out of control. I've got to learn what the hell's going on with this easy transport.
Takže máme tady teďka na výběr. Zeptat se na plány mě asi nezajímají. Zeptat se na pana Blanka. Tak zkusíme se jí zeptat na tu práci. No, zatím kostky nám přijou.
Look, Dr. Nelly the Whiz Kid. You're cute, but you're not half as clever as you think you are. I got you figured out. She grins. If this is all just a game to her, at least she's enjoying it.
All right then, Miss Gia, the dangerous smuggler. What is it you figured out exactly?
Those scars on your fingertips, they're faint, but whatever caused them wasn't ordinary Aether. And it sure wasn't theoretical.
Theoretical scientists can work with their hands. That doesn't prove anything. And these?
She holds up a hand defiantly, partially hiding the other. Burn scars, barely noticeable in the light, are scattered across her fingers like some exotic leopard pelt.
Perfectly ordinary Aether burns from perfectly normal blue Aether.
It's how she says the word blue that bothers me. Something I can't place. This girl has secrets. And if she's been working on some fancy Aether tech in the Heights, while we're talking, my eyes keep getting pulled to the rear view like it's a magnet. I can't shake the feeling we're not alone. I juke down a couple service paths and hop across an access junction. Sure enough, when we pop back onto street level, the same dark shape is lurking behind us. Hang on to something, kid. This might get bumpy. I pop open the hidden compartment under the dash and point to it. The girl catches on almost instantly, and there's only a moment of hesitation before she shoves her briefcase inside.
Tak. Události po trase. Pokračovat mezerníkem nebo levým tlačítkem. Dobře, takže co mám dělat teda? Astoria Bay, terminál. Tady mám asi teda jet. To tam mám vpravo nahoře napsaný. I vlevo to mám napsané. Tak jako stejně vlastně jinde. Nic jiného tady otevřeného ani nemám teda. Takže jedeme na nějaké nádraží, nebo co to je. Počkej, a jak se jede teda? Přejdi na místo, ne? Tak. Překvapivé setkání
I
někde
catch a glimpse of the man
těsně před
tailing
cílem.
us.
Co se
He's
stalo?
got the easy posture and the liquid metal smile of a seasoned killer.
Tak přeci nás
In
jenom
the
někdo
rear view,
sleduje.
his eyes burn like ice above a jagged scar.
Přeci nám jenom někdo
No.
sleduje.
How did he find me?
No, najednou seš ukakaná, že jo?
Who?
Co se děje? Bude nějaká akční vložka?
Time you came home, darling.
Nelly? Who is that?
Looks like you found a little tour guide, Eleanor. Got no quarrel with you, smuggler. Pull over, and you can drive away clean.
No, z tebe nemám strach, chlapče.
Can't, Gia, please, we
Myslím
can't.
teda.
Don't worry, kid. Just keep your head down. This will be over soon.
Aha, attacking. Tak pozor, to si musím přečíst. Jestli nám to někdo přeloží, přeložil. Mohou být poškozena výběrem a zbraň a poté nepřátelské vozidlo ve střeby. Každá zbraň může být použita jednou za kolo. Ježišmarja, já vůbec nevím, co se děje. Dobře. No tak nevím, no uvidíme co se bude dít teda. Počkej, co mám dělat? Zlikvidujte. Nelze se konec co mám, počkej, tady mám nějaké zbraně.
Look what you done to my fenders.
Tak. To je pryč, tak tady můžeme použít 0 až 6, takže... co zase, vole? Teplo. Co je teplo? Není mi teplo. Je mi teplo, bo se potím, bo nevím, co mám dělat. Některé akce přitahují teplo. Vysoká teplota zlepšuje mosaz, talent kontroluje... Vysoká teplota také vede k většímu počtu nepřátel v boji.
Insurance don't cover this kind of monkey business.
Tak. A už tady máme jenom posledního. Akorát, že tady mu můžu dát jenom 2. Tak a teď můžu dát asi konec otočky, protože mám všecko vyčerpaný asi. Jo, takže konec kola jakože.
It doesn't have to go like this.
Au? Co teď, frére?
Give it up.
Proč útočí tolikrát? 3krát, jo. Teď může Gia. Takže... Střílejte z brokovnice. Tak sejmeme ho z brokovnice. Nemůžu tady odsud, ne? Tady to zbývá jedno kolo, tady to nejde. Tady střílet nemůžu, protože nevím proč. Jo, předjet ho můžu a teď můžu vystřelit. Nemůžu. Ty vole. Pro tuto schopnost nejsou platné žádné cíle. Zblízka vozidlo poškodí. Směr doprava. Tak počkej, tak jako takhle. A teď na něho můžu vystřelit, nebo? Aha. Tak počkej, tak ještě tady pojedu. A teď na něho můžu vystřelit taky ne, no tak ty vole. Já vůbec nevím. 6 bodů akčních má. Když se přesunu sem, tak to stojí 1 bod. Ale vystřelit na něho furt nemůžu, tak já nevím, co se děje. Tak ho ještě nabourám aspoň, taky to nejde. Tak ujedu. A konec, vole. Hajzle! Mě by zajímalo, proč teď už budu moc ho sejmout. Jo, hele. Teď už asi jo. Tak. Kolik má životu ještě? 3. Tak tomu dáme tady tohle. A myslím, že jsme to nějak zvládli.
We did it, Gia! He's gone!
That was too easy. We need to get off this island. Now.
Vítězství. Třeba to časem ještě pochopím líp. Tak, moje odměna je 30 čeho? 30 peněz. 30... Kovový šrot. Takže to nejsou prachy, to je kovový šrot. No tak aspoň něco. Opravám, takže... Nic, jdeme na ten terminál, se pohneme kousek.
All vehicles leaving Astoria Bay require an exit permit.
Povolení k výjezdu? Mám nějaké nebo nemám?
Verified this morning by...
A? Mám papíry, tak to je dobrý.
All exit permits from before noon today are considered void. You'll have to acquire a new permit inside the terminal.
A tak není to dobrý.
Look, maybe there is some other arrangement we can reach.
Ježiš, co nabízíš? Gio?
I flash a clip of greenbacks underneath my outstretched
peníze.
expired. The guard looks unimpressed. Damn upper snobs, too good for money.
Ma'am, that might fly where you're from, but not up here. You'll have to get a permit like everyone else. Now move.
He waves me on and I drive towards an open spot near the entrance of the terminal.
Takže peníze na něho nezabrali, no tak co už.
People mill about, laughing in the sun, but something's off. The world feels grainy and sluggish, like I'm wading through sand. I need to keep...
Tak, vezměte doktora do dolních, kupte si vstupenky, takže počkej, kupte si vstupenky. Kde máme nějaké interakce? Otevřít dveře
We're
teda.
killing time in a sea of hard limbs, well-used pocket watches and dull chatter, waiting for a permit. Bureaucracy moves slow in the uppers without the right type of love to grease the wheels.
Gia? Are you sure we can't take my briefcase? It's very important.
Better off out of sight than getting swiped in a pickpocket's hunting ground. See that? I nod and put a spotlight on an act I've played myself. A gal trips into a gentleman. The gentleman goes to help her. And the bag he's briefly forgotten about glides away in the hands of her partner.
Jeepers! Oh, that poor man.
We should do nothing. Right now, we keep our heads down and avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
Oh.
Look, no one's prying my stash open, and I've got an eye on the car. Besides, we'll be back in the Chimera in no time.
Right. We're... what's the phrase? Staying low. I'm just worried because... Oh, gee, look! Cotton clouds! Oh, I haven't had uppers candy in...
The girl runs off, leaving me to idle in line.
To je pěkný, tak co teď teda? Máme jich hlídat, jo, takže asi ne, že žádné užívání.
Hey, don't wander off. She stops, but only long enough to shoot me a grin and a wave. An innocent invitation to come along.
Co mám všecko zkoumat, ty vole? Jdeme si s ní promluvit, ať nedělá kraviny.
Determined to stay obvious. We've still got time before the ferry leaves, but I growl as I give up my spot in line and beat feet after her. The girl's busy drilling the vendor about sugar to syrup ratios. I throw a look and she focuses on picking out a flavor. A stick of cotton later, I herd her back in line. Unfortunately, it hasn't moved. I let her get in a few sweet bites before I feed her something bitter. What did that scarred-up black hat want with you? Her face falls mid-bite. The pink cloud sags like a lead balloon.
I've thought of at least 5 different ways to explain it, but it's complicated. Usually I'd ask someone for advice, but he's not here.
To dáme, to kulneme. To víš.
You knew who that was. You'd seen him before. Who is he?
I don't know.
That wasn't your average tracker.
Kecáš.
He was big time. Someone you hire when there's no room for error. Someone with deep pockets is after you. And that black hat's not going to give... The girl's whole body gives up with a single deep breath. She seems almost relieved to spill the beans.
He's the reason I ran. I saw him at Olympus Park. I saw what he did.
And I'm guessing he didn't want any witnesses.
Gia, I don't know what he's going to do.
Nothing is what. Not while you're with me.
To
She
víš,
perks
já
up
tě
at the small glint
ochráním.
of hope and I give
Proto
her a
jsem tady, že jo,
half-hearted smile.
ostatně.
It's one thing to deal with a tracker, but if this guy is a hired killer too, I need to be more careful. Look, kid, I got shot at for you. I was told to expect a simple transport, and now I'm stuck looking over my shoulder. You owe me a whole lot more than it's complicated. What's in the case?
I'm sorry. You're right. And I'm sorry you got shot at. It's my research. It's very important, but I don't...
I give her a side eye. I need the whole picture, but all I'm getting is an unfinished canvas.
It's the well.
What about it? So a bodega sign falls off and disappears every now and then. Neighborhood's already coming to pieces anyhow.
It's expanding. Getting bigger. Stronger. It's going to get bad, Gia. Really bad.
You're pulling my leg.
No! I swear, Gia! The car!
Co zase se děje, ty vole? Ujelo nám auto? Kradli nám auto, nebo co? Chybějící vozidlo, kde je moje auto? Jdeme tam? Asi jo?
Minutes. I'd only taken my eyes off the car for a few damn minutes. Time stops long enough for me to catch the tail end. The glare of
Nebyla v přihrádce ta její kabelka náhodou?
And the blur of a black... They took my car.
Nebo si tu kabelku vzala?
Gia! My research was in the car. What are we going to do?
No, tak je to tam?
We're going. Now. Ferry's here. I know a place we can hide on board, but we gotta move.
But...
Co to je? Mise aktualizována, kupte si vstupenky, nový cíl. No tak to máme pořád stejný, ne?
No buts, kid. Move. If they've got the car, we've got to assume they're on our tail. We stick to the plan. Get to the lowers and hole up somewhere safe. After that, we're gonna figure out how you're getting my car back.
Tak. Mise dokončena. Získali jsme nějaký level, nevím k čemu mi je. Druhý level? No ježiš, 2 levely. Počkej, takže máme si tady kliknout, možná tam bude na přidělení nějaké body. Jo, máme nějaké talentové body. Tak. Vyšte úroveň, abyste vylepšili talenty a vlastnosti své posádky, zlepšili bonusy a tak dále a tak dále. Takže mám 2 body. Tady nějaká chytrost, tady něco nevím co. To je asi tady nějaká síla nebo co. To je asi něco v komunikaci, že? Já vůbec nevím, no to než se to přeloží, tak to je na prd teda. Tak to si, dáme si to tady, dáme si tady jeden bod. Nebo jak se to dělá? Enter, počkej, enter. Tak. Máme odemčený tady tohle. Jednu akci víc. Skok stojí 0. Plus 1 poškození pro všechny lehké zbraně, ale tak já nevím. Co tady je za, tady nějaký život. Dá jeden život v každém kole, tak zkusíme tohle teda. Tak. A nemáme nic, vole. Nevím.
The hole is a barrenless refuge, rotting and hidden in a forgotten corner of the city. It offers sanctuary to every soul who finds freedom at the end of a gun or the bottom of a bottle.
Oh, is this your hideout, Gia? It's like a pirate's cove or a raider's den.
More like a sinkhole. Watch your step, kid. You'll sooner run into a back alley mugger than a swashbuckler out here.
So, what's next? We need to formulate a strategy.
My place. I need a drink, and you need to finish explaining what the hell got my car stolen.
Ano, si vysvětlení. Získejte nějaké odpovědi od Nelly, přeskupte se v bytě, tak počkej. Kapitánská ubikace, apartmán. Tak jdeme do apartmánu. Musíme získat od ní nějaké informace. Portrét strýce, cigarety, zakouříme si. Nebudeme kouřit, prej, ale chtěli jsme pít něco.
Finally, the first drop of real sunshine all day.
Dali jsme si bumbí.
New York City's bigger than the world that holds it. A single filing cabinet couldn't contain it all, but I always found a way to keep it stocked with everything I need.
Jo, tady máme, co to tady máme? Nějakou lehkou zbraň. To si můžu nějak vzít? Tak ne, přesunout všechno do Gia. Nejde to, tak já nevím, co s tím. Kašlem na to. Tak nic, tak jdeme povídat, zjišťovat, co se to vlastně děje.
Everything feels smaller. The space between the shrinking walls taken up by her testimony.
I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stable. My colleagues and I, were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well, but I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me,
She trembles, leaving the unspoken sound of a falling body to echo off the walls.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. I wanted to help, but Professor Gardner wasn't. That's when I saw him. The black hat. And then he saw me. I ran. I ran as fast as I could.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. And you have no idea why.
I truly don't. Please, you have to believe me.
Your colleagues. Tell me about them.
They were brilliant scientists, Gia. All of them. And bright and hopeful. Together, we were going to discover a better world. Finally.
She holds back the grief by roaming the room with her eyes, latching onto every detail and yet ignoring every bit of it.
And they were kind. Alistair, Professor Gardner, especially. He always looked out for me. Even when I first showed up. A 16-year-old with a half-packed suitcase and too many questions. He always tried to help. Right to the end.
Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad storm.
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
It was just a pause, a moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money,
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
She looks up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. Everyone's... They're dead. All of them. He killed them. He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
Tak asi ji uklidníme, ne?
You've got me protecting you, Nellie. He isn't going to lay a hand on you. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase, and right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything.
Na co se ještě jdeme zeptat teda? Přátelé?
He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research, or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
Nemá přátelé, no to je pěkný.
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No.
No nevstekej se.
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been married. I don't have the time or the interest.
Ježišmarja, to je případ, ty vole, to je případ.
But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers. Or really met any gentleman. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
No tak to se na něho zeptáme, na profesora, co to...
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicline Institute. He was one of their spokesmen, too. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
Tak zeptáme se, jak jít Black našel.
Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
I don't know. Must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an
So he's found you twice. Once in the heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch onto. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Tak to jsem zvědavej na to teda.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
Počkej. A já myslím, že ve dvou se to lépe táhne, ne? Tak dáme ano.
Can you keep your head down?
Before you say no... Oh, of course, yes! And I'll be extra careful while you do your smuggling.
Aspoň
Way
nebude
I
sama
see it,
ruka.
this pursuer of yours has a knack for finding you. If I keep you close, he'll find us.
Kdo ví, co by mi v tom bytě udělala ještě navíc, že jo?
So, I'm bait? That's so exciting! It's just like in the comics, though you'd be the bad guy and I might have a different dress, something more flowy perhaps, and...
Jsi
Thank you, Gia. I won't let you down, I promise.
Mlčím.
Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble, too. Cress Carter is the only person in the whole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash.
Tak. Inventář aktualizován.
If there's anything
Co
that
nám
can
tam
soften
přidali do
bad
kapes,
news
no
and
to je
a steep
skvělý.
ask from Cress, it's a fresh record with a smooth baritone. I second guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied.
A necháme jí teďka prostor teda.
On second glance, her sudden burst of courage seems to have fizzled out. She stays glued to the bed, perhaps both intrigued and overwhelmed by the new world she finds herself in. I let her rest.
Tak jo. Tak máme jít za nějakým mechanikem. Kde je náš mechanik? Asi tady v garáži, ne? To je žensko, ne? To vypadá na babu.
Cress?
Cress? Řeřicha.
The hole doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up in Aether in the from behind a junker made more of rust than steel, 2 faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale milk.
Where's my baby, 8-shot?
The low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break.
Pozor, 6. Špatně. Sakra. Poprvé.
That's one hell of a car there. Looks like I grasp for anything I recognize. The ornament is gone, rust has taken the grill, the paint has molted to reveal an odd color of metal. It's a fossil of some... Flight balancing is off.
This is an old combustion engine glued to a sack of rust, Gia. It's not flying anywhere. Something's wrong. Spit it out.
I lost the car, Cress.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
She's still out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment, and they won't get it open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
I'm listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was hours, days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
You think I don't feel bad enough as is? I'm sorry, Cress. It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshot's after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted, if you get our baby back. Now, this job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Špatně se držím, špatně.
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Here, he's been busy lately.
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him. Wait, are you keeping tabs on him?
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aether over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant wars.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. It's this client. There's something off about her.
Off? How?
Can't place it yet. Too many questions. Doesn't help that she's from the Heights.
Well, there's your problem. Anyone who lives that high up has a screw loose. Not enough oxygen. Shouldn't trust any of those airheads.
I might have to if I want to get my car back.
Be careful out there, Gia.
Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors, then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, she pulls out a pencil, scribbling a symbol on an old stale coffee filter plucked from the ground.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aether who can help. Maybe. As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Tak, tady si máme vzít nějaké 2 ty bedínky. Dík, nevím, k čemu mi to bude, uvidíme.
Thanks, Cress.
Díky.
Yeah.
Jo.
Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it.
Asi kráva, ale budíš. Takže mise aktualizována, končíme konverzaci. Máme tady spoustu nějakých úkolů. Tak, teď už si to můžeme vzít. Změna vozidla, pracovní stůl, úpravy vozidel, hromada šrotu. Tak asi jdeme zpátky teda. Ja.
I'd left the kid to get some rest. I returned to find her stainless shoes performing a precarious balancing act on my chair while her hands twirl the wall crank.
Co zas tam vyvádí ta blondská, tyjo?
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, Gia! I'm not used to having time on my hands, and I couldn't help but notice your plant wasn't getting enough light. I adjusted the height, and it should get up to 10% more exposure. I hope that was all right.
Next time, ask. Anyway, got transport and a lead. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low?
Tak, tady už jsme byli všude. Že jsme se nebyli podívat tady, že jo? Třeba tady něco dostaneme taky.
You enjoy captaining a ferry?
It's my job.
Come on. Nobody does what you do for as long as you have if they don't love it. The old man's eyes are roomy with time and pain, and a loneliness like the open sky.
Sure, miss. It's a wonder an old swab like me ever got to fly.
Zajímá nás něco? Minulost nebo... Nevím. Ale je to žlutě, tak možná se na to zeptáme.
What's your story anyways?
Miss?
Like, were you born here? How'd you get into the ferry game?
No. My family come from Maine. Fishermen. That's how I learned to pilot a tug.
And what brought you to New York? Throg winces, like his gammy leg is giving him pain. Or like I dredged something up from some dark depths. Something he...
Ah, well... That would be Ella May.
You salty old dog. I didn't know you were married. I'm just having fun with the old boatman, just trying to raise a smile on that dour leather mitt of a face. But I can...
Long time ago, miss. A real long time.
Asi jdeme pryč, to...
Clear skies to you.
Tak. Soukromý trajekt. Nic jiného tady asi není. No všude byli, dobrý, tak jedeme. Aha, jedeme kam? Stůjte sem. Tady na tu bílou ulici, ne? Dole. No, bliká nám to tady, tak jedeme se. Nyní přijíždíme na First Point, Mary.
I don't believe in vengeful spirits. If they existed, White Street would have been torn from the sky in retribution for its decades of war. Instead, it stays floating to... Nellie, I want you to watch me and stay close.
Why? Is something wrong?
Where would I find the time, kid? Or the heart to fill your head with graves of ash, islands on fire in the night, the thunder of war in the skies? That was not yet.
Ty vole. Následujte, vedení, seznamte se. No, teď jsem tady, vole, tak... Ty vole, kde mám co zmáčknout? Okay, nebo tady někde najít tu bílou ulici? Pane bože, vole. Tady je něco, vole. Asi jsem slepej. Překvapivé setkání.
The roads are closed until the demonstration is over. Exit your vehicle and line up for the parade.
Oh, Gia! A parade! Let's go!
If you do not comply, you will be arrested.
Fine. I needed to stretch my legs anyhow. Like a dove on an updraft, the girl flutters off as soon as her heels hit the street, following the music and fanfare to the nearby parade.
Hey! I said stay close!
Zase někam zdrhá, ty vole, baba jedna.
Wowzers. I haven't been to one of these since I was young. Father took me to several, but those weren't as, Where are the floats? The clowns? They're just soldiers. Are all parades in the lowers like this?
Just like this? No. Each baron has their own flavor of showboating to distract from how bleak life is down here. White Street's just eager to march and flash their guns around.
Something big must be going on. Do you know what's happening?
I'm not sure what this is. White Street has been bleeding territory, money, and men for over a decade in its wars with the surrounding barons. This should be a funeral march, not a celebration.
Ježiš, 5. Dobrý, 5 stačí naštěstí.
Through a hail of ticker tape, I swerve past a waving arm to get a better look at the line of soldiers. Spotless uniforms, polished guns, a show of strength that White Street hasn't been able to afford in years. When did they fill their war chest? The cries of support echo emptily. The banners flow without enthusiasm. Like stone pushed through a sieve, the crowd forces out cheers for a devil clad in...
Is that the Baron of White Street? He must be really popular.
That's Eli Tillingast. Calls himself the General. They cheer because if they don't...
Burn the tyrants!
Ale... Ajajajajajajajajaj. Ty vole.
One hot blast of light was all it took to disappear a crowd, stunning onlookers like a twisted magic trick. Instead of applause, Cries of panic and a stampede of feet clap the pavement, while a putrid smell fills the air. My gut twists as it fights every reckless impulse to run.
Musím hodit 7+, jo. To zkusím. 9, výborně.
A few onlookers run from the scene. My feet are 2 steps after them before my senses yank me by the shoulders. Eli Tillinghast doesn't tolerate desertion from anyone. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However...
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, the crowd obeys, frozen in place.
Let the procession continue.
The music starts back up, and the world moves on Eli's command. Coerced cheers rush to fill terrified silence, while marching boots block.
The days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come. We will bleed no longer! Our enemies will tremble before a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the sun and rid the shadow of chaos from the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
He pumps his fist and the crowd answers with a deafening cheer. With all eyes back on the general and his grisly procession.
Tady je Pipinka.
Oh, no! That weapon, Red Aether, wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people... Those poor people...
You recognize it? What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
The kid's bloodless face moves me to glance down the procession line. The tail end's in sight, but the miserable sound from the girl has me second-guessing how long her nerves will hold.
Ježišmarja. Tak zkusíme. -2, jo, ale no tak to ne. Počkáme na průvod.
We have to wait the parade out. Hold on just a while longer.
I understand.
The sound of lockstep boots thumping asphalt finally fades into the corpse-stained wind, and the crowd, released from their mandated joy, finally begins to disperse. All at once, the poor kid's nerves crumble like a paper cup, spilling her insides all over the now vacant street. Take it easy, kid. Slow breaths, all right?
Let's get out of here. Now, please.
Yeah, we're done. Enough distance passes that ash and screams and a bright, hot light start fading into a bad memory. Nellie breaks the silence.
Is White Street always this awful?
Often enough. White Street's never shied away from putting down opposition with violence. Never heard of them using a weapon like that, though.
But those were their people. He's supposed to be the Baron. Isn't he supposed to listen to their concerns? What about due process?
Look, kid. It might work that way upstairs, but not here. The only word that matters down here is the Baron's, and in White Street, the chain of command's everything. If Eli says we're going to war, you either...
One might have been bad, but the others were simply calling for peace. Where's the harm in that?
White Street tried the whole peace thing a few years ago. Someone blew them to bits during peace talks. That's not something they'll ever forget.
Takže co teď teda? Seznamte se s kontaktem poblíž přístavu. Kde tady teda? Tady nic není kliknutelný. Jo, vlastně tady musíme dojet, jo. Tam.
It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Which stories we talking about?
Well, the ones in the papers? I've never met an Aether rat, so I honestly don't know how much of it is true or not. However, they keep our islands in the sky, and in exchange, they get the Undercity, but everyone knows that. I've heard they generally keep to themselves. Except also, their eyes all turn into a unique shade of pale blue. They glow, too, from what I've read. Like Aether. There are journals that theorize why, but nothing concrete. Or
Madonna. The kid's understanding is as accurate as a stained mirror. Better clear things up before we go in. Look, you can't rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether rats. They're Aetheniers, and they're good people. I'm guessing you've never met one?
no. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethenier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure that could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a baron behind it and a list of dead Aetheniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind. Now, where's that door?
No, tak konečně nějaká akce, že by? Tady se pořád nic neděje.
Among the fleet of crates, I spy one out of step. Whoever had nailed this one shut had done a hack job, leaving behind a wobbly lid and a crack just big enough for a finger.
Jedničky.
I stick my finger through the hole, angling past jagged slivers and crooked nails until I find a solid grip. I pull, fighting the groaning, shuddering lid. It gives up with a pop.
Nějaký boxer jsme tu našli. A tady nějaký balíček něčeho. Velikost. Nevím, je to k něčemu dobrý? Tak ještě máme místo, tak můžu vzít. Tak a co tady ještě máme kde? Tady je nějaký ten znak.
Careful strokes of paint form an innocuous symbol of a rat paw matching the sketch Cress gave me. This is the right
Symbol
place.
krysí tlapky.
Shopping for trouble? Or just sightseeing real close?
Jeepers! Gia?
A pauper. One of the murderous specters slithering freely through every pipe, waiting to brutalize passers-by. If you listen to the stories. Looking for you, actually. We're friends of Cress Carter. She sent us to ask about a missing car.
Cress Carter?
Strange. Cress's name should mean something. Either he's greener than he looks or he doesn't trust my word. I might need something to loosen his tongue.
Zjistí, kdo to je, zeptej se, před kým chrání, auto. 7 potřebuju. Že bych ho nějak zkusil podplatit? Nebo zkusíme nejdřív tady tohle. Zkusíme nejdřív kostku. Do prdele. Tak to nevyšlo.
If he knows more about Cress than what he's saying, there's gotta be a crack in his mask. I reach back for anything to respond with. Something that Cress may have said about a relationship with White Streets. I think she mentioned you. You the one who owes her money? Or...
Stop wasting my time with things you know nothing about.
Musíme teda odplatit ho 10 šrotů. Mám ho 30. Tak...
How about we come to an agreement? Something where we all win. Pleased, angered, confused, whatever expression hid behind that mask didn't matter. He takes what I offer and looks me up and down before pounding the space behind him.
Your time is limited. Make it count. And watch yourself.
Asi to zabralo.
He melts back into the industrial decay behind him, never once taking his eyes off us. His disembodied voice echoing out one last...
Or you'll see us again real soon.
Every darkened cranny becomes a potential peephole while we stand there. Like walking to confession blindfolded in a packed cathedral. I can feel hundreds of unseen eyes watching, waiting for a single misstep.
He gave me the heebie-jeebies. Do you think he...
She's interrupted by a gush of stale air riding the echoes of countless thumping Aether machines.
Topsiders, why are you here? Hurry, out with it, we're busy.
Lexi, shh. If Harold let them through.
Harold's been wrong before.
Hello, I'm Maria. This is my husband, Alexander.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is Gia. We're not here to bother you while you work on... Is that part of an Aether substructure power converter? I've always wondered about the older infrastructure.
Ježiš, to je ukecaná, ale hrozně.
Nellie, that's not why we're...
Right. Gia's friend, Cress, she's an Aether also. She sent us here because we need your help to find this car of ours that has some important stuff hidden away inside.
Too desperate, too vulnerable. I lob a cough towards Nellie, hoping she'd quit her rambling so I could get a word in.
Cress sent you? That girl. Fine, let's hear it.
A 35 Chimera, dumped recently. Have you seen anything? Alexander breaks his scowl with an impish eye and a cracked smile. He knows exactly what we want, and he is...
Maybe. We'll need something in return, though.
Nah.
Eli's
Nic
new
nemám
means
už,
all
no.
non-essential requisitions are delayed. That includes water filtration equipment for the Undercity. Now, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
We can't afford any more of us getting sick. Eli's terriers are already forcing longer and longer shifts to compensate for the fewer...
That's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. How do we...
Jsi strašně akční, hele, Nelly.
Hang on a sec. Before we agree to anything, I need to know what we're getting into. How much is this info going to cost me?
Water filtration parts, new ones. 1 or 2 crates should do the trick. The more the better.
You'll have those parts, but I'll want to know where my car is as soon as we're back.
You have a deal. Thank you.
Deal.
Don't trust the quartermaster. And watch yourself around the scrapyard. It's a dangerous place.
Gia.
The man leans forward, grabbing my arm and pulling me in close out of earshot of his wife.
Do not bring any heat back here. If you risk the safety of my family, then you can consider your car lost for good. Here. This address used to house a friend of the rats. It's empty now. Use it to lie low if you can't help yourself from getting into trouble.
Alex releases his stone grip and a slip of paper into my hand. Nellie takes his quick, hushed intercession as a desperate request for success.
We'll get everything you need, I promise.
Poor kid. She has no idea.
Takže tady jsme asi skončili tedy. Tak, máme odemčenou novou lokaci, kam teda budeme muset jít splnit úkol na toho rakoviště. A zase nějaká
We're
zrada
stopped
po
at a
cestě.
checkpoint manned by White Street officers whose sneers are tighter than their uniforms. I get the feeling these are no shift-clocking schlubs. All white caps stink like rotten pork, but these ones seem to be wrapped.
Who are they?
If I had to guess, White Street Intelligence, General Eli's secret police.
Oh boy.
You said it. Just keep cool. After a moment of tense quiet, they wave us through.
All right, move along.
Apparently, we're not the particular field mice these hawks are hunting for, and I'm not about to give them a second chance to swoop. As we burn Aether and leave them behind,
I hope that won't be a problem on the way back.
If the lifeblood of White Street is industrial refuse...
Takže... najděte...
The quartermaster would have a friendly, likable face if it wasn't lined with the stress and fatigue of a lifetime of devotion to Eli. It's clear as we approach he's neglecting 7 other... Sergeant Major Lutzko? I'm Gia Rendazzo, and this is Nellie.
Pleasure, girls. Sorry about the state of things around here. I don't often host such fine company. What brings you to the scrapyard?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You see, we're looking for...
Just a few minutes of your time, then we'll get out of your hair. Sir, how do you get along with the Aethoniers in White Street?
They keep to their own, mostly. That's fine by me. Why?
Well, they're not getting the supplies they need to survive, you see.
And you're what? They're lawyers or something?
His eyelid twitches. He's getting impatient already.
9, musím, 7 musím... Zkusíme to,
Look, we don't want to waste your
7,
time. You got a
No.
job to do, and so do we. We're here to make sure the Aethoniers get what they need. Can you help?
Ah, sakra.
Sorry, girls. Times are tough all around. And I don't got nothing against the rats, but if I just start giving stuff away, what's next? Sparkling water? Topside privileges? Extra rations?
All right, well, thanks anyway.
No. I'm afraid that won't cut it, sir. These people need help. There must be something you can do.
I expect the kid's outburst to earn us a stern reprimand. Instead, I watch as her plea melts the walls of ice built up around the old man's heart. He regains his businesslike manner, but too late.
Ah, jeez. Look, you want to help so bad? Maybe you can help me. I got this thorn in my side. A scrapper bandit on the lowest levels who thinks he can edge in on White Street territory. He can find all sorts of useful stuff down the beanstalk. Water filtration parts, even. I'd be happy to let you down there to have a look. So long as you report back to me with good news about my...
It's as good a deal as we're likely to get. The kid looks to me, and I try not to let my poker face slide. You see many scrappers up here?
Oh yeah, trash like that floats up from the burrows all the time.
I've read about them.
I'm sure you have, sweetheart, but what the books won't tell you is those animals have lost the ability to reason, sometimes even to speak. Amazes me they can steer a car in a straight line.
I think of the grit and sunlight and desperate optimism of my childhood, back in the burrows, and the haze of nostalgia threatens to overwhelm my hard-earned calm. We'll keep an eye out. So I take it you served with General Tillinghast, is that right? Where were you posted?
Yeah, the Philippines. Tough tour. Wouldn't have made it without the General. Saved my sorry hide more times than I care to count. Ah, but you don't want to hear about all that.
I think you must have been very brave to do what you did. And it's plain to see you and the General are very close. He's lucky to have you around, I think.
Yes.
And what's he envisioning for White Street exactly?
The General's been beating back the Huns at our gates for...
Stars fill the old soldier's eyes, a proud stiffness rejuvenating his weary frame. Talking about his boss transforms him into a younger and more zealous figure. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, ladies.
With a forced smile, he picks up a clipboard and walks off, shouting orders down at machine operators, and leaving us to look out over the yard alone. The gangway behind us squeals under a heavy step, and I turn to see a black-clad stiff trying to pass us a counterfeit smile. He puts down a half-drunk carton of milk and goose-steps into our path, ever so...
Good afternoon. Intelligence Officer Randall Pitt. And you are?
His feet are welded to the iron below, and the pins on his jacket identify him as one of the highest-ranking hogs in the White Street pen. There's no moving this one unless he wants to move. Gia Randazzo, and this is my sister, Nell.
A pleasure, madams. And what, may I ask, is the purpose of your meeting with Quartermaster Lutzko today?
What's it to you, Mac? The officer's eyes flick upward, scanning my face with the practiced arrogance of a bully who's never had to throw a single punch. I return his gaze with a frosted steel stare of my own.
Miss Randazzo, was it? Just a few questions and you can be on your way. No need for you to...
His reptilian eyes flick from me to Nellie, greedily drinking in her details. This one's the type to seek out power and authority purely as an excuse to start fires wherever he wants. We were just hoping Lutzko could help us find something.
And what is it you're hoping to find?
Excuse me, but don't you think that's a bit personal?
It was a waste of time. We changed our minds anyhow.
Ah, of course. That's too bad. Anyway, listen to me prattle on. I get flustered when faced with such ravishing beauty, you see. For sisters, you don't look that much alike.
Oh, he's loving this. Savoring every second like we're a pair of potato knish, fresh out of the oven. Which means, of course, he's about to bite.
I trust a pair of such
good little New York girls would promptly report it if they were made aware of any illicit activity on the part of Sergeant...
What do you mean, illicit?
Oh, you know, illegal, wrong, things that would demand a transfer of leadership here into more capable hands. Anything he should...
How would I know what he should or shouldn't be doing? His smile flashes in and out of existence so quick, you could argue it never happened. In an instant, his officious familiarity vanishes.
How charming. Now, you and your sister can testify to what you know, or we can take this up with General Tillinghast. Your choice.
Doesn't take a genius to figure Lutz goes into something dirtier than his own soot-stained uniform. I share a look with Nellie, whose sparkling eyes are relying on me to navigate us out of these shark-infested waters. Look, pal, we just met the guy. Do whatever you want, it's got nothing to do with us. Now we got business to take care of, so if you don't mind... A sneer paints itself slowly across the officer's mug. If he had an angle, he'd use it, but he doesn't.
Very well. It was a distinct pleasure. Till we meet again.
Oh, thank you, officer. Goodbye!
He peels himself out of our path as slowly and painfully as an overglued bandage on a fresh wound. With a final colorless smile, he turns towards the quartermaster's office. Inside, Let's Go spots him, and the old man's Adam's apple bounces like a kid on a trampoline.
No a já myslím, že v této chvíli to teda asi ukončíme, protože asi u toho za chviličku usnu. Žádná akce. Furt musím jenom číst. Tak. Návrat do hlavní nabídky. Furt se musí jenom číst. A nevím. Obrázek jste si určitě udělali už sami. A pokud to někoho zaujalo, může si to samozřejmě pořídit. Já už asi ale pokračovat v tom nebudu, protože mě to úplně nevzalo, i když ten příběh asi není špatný. Ale 2 hodiny v kuse číst, to je opravdu moc. Tak, hru jsme si tedy ukázali a vy se mějte fajn.